Why most cold outreach fails, and what top B2B teams do differently. The real reason buyers ignore your emails, LinkedIn messages, and outbound campaigns, and how to create outreach that earns trust, conversations, and a qualified pipeline. Most cold outreach doesn't fail because buyers are busy. It fails because buyers don't see a reason to care. Every day, decision makers receive dozens of emails, connection requests, LinkedIn messages, follow-ups. Most of them sound almost identical. We help companies like yours. Quick question. Following up, the problem isn't that buyers hate outreach. The problem is that most outreach feels irrelevant before the buyer reaches the second sentence. And when relevance disappears, trust disappears with it. The result, no replies, no meetings, no pipeline. Today, I'm going to show you why most cold outreach fails, what buyers are actually thinking when they read your message, and a practical framework that can dramatically improve the quality of your conversations. Let's start with what is happening right now. Many B2B companies invest heavily in outbound. They buy prospect lists, they purchase software, they automate sequences, they build outbound teams. Then they send hundreds or thousands of messages. Yet response rates remain disappointing. Meetings stay inconsistent. Pipeline growth stalls. The common reaction is to blame volume. So companies send more emails, more LinkedIn messages, more follow-ups, but volume rarely solves a relevance problem. Think about the buyer, a VP of marketing, an operations director, a revenue leader. Their inbox isn't empty. Their LinkedIn isn't quiet. They are constantly evaluating priorities, risks, projects, budgets, and vendors. When they open your message, they are unconsciously asking one question. Why should I care? Most outreach never answers that question. Instead of answering, why should I care? Outreach often focuses on the sender, the company, the service, the credentials, the offer. But buyers are focused on their problems, not yours. And when outreach feels generic, buyers immediately categorize it as low-value noise. That creates hesitation. And hesitation is where most pipeline opportunities disappear. Here's what many companies misunderstand. Cold outreach is not primarily a communication problem. It's a positioning problem. Most outreach advice focuses on tactics, subject lines, templates, automation tools. Those things matter, but they are rarely the root cause. The deeper issue is that many companies cannot clearly explain what they do, who they help, why it matters, and why should someone trust them. If those elements are unclear, no tactic can save the campaign. Buyers today are better informed than ever. They conduct independent research and compare vendors. They're not looking for clever messaging. They're looking for confidence, and confidence comes from clarity. When buyers recognize relevance immediately, they are more likely to respond. When they see credibility, they become more open to a conversation. That's buyer psychology. Here's a simple framework you can apply. I call it the Relevance Trust Action Framework. Step 1, relevance. Start with something meaningful to the buyer, not your company, not your service, the buyer, the industry, the situation. Instead of, "Hi Sarah, we help SaaS companies improve conversion rates. Try this instead." Try, "Hi Sarah, I noticed your team recently expanded into enterprise accounts. Many SaaS companies at that stage struggle to align product messaging with longer sales cycles." One sounds generic, the other sounds informed. Relevance creates attention. Step 2, trust. Once attention exists, establish credibility, not with hype. Use logic, observation, experience, specificity. For example, one challenge we often see is that buyers understand product features, but struggle to connect those features to business outcomes. This demonstrates understanding. Trust grows when buyers feel understood. Step 3, action. Now make the next step easy. Most outreach asks for too much too soon. A demo, a meeting, a proposal. Instead of, "Can we schedule a 45-minute demo?" Try, "Curious whether improving messaging clarity is currently a priority for your team." Simple, low pressure, easy to answer. That's how conversations start. Let's compare two messages. First, the generic version. This message talks about the sender, not the buyer, not their priorities. Now compare that to this. I noticed many manufacturers still struggle to explain complex solutions clearly. When messaging is difficult to understand, buyers delay decisions. Curious if improving messaging clarity is currently a focus for your team. Regards, no hype, no pressure. just relevance, insight. Results vary, but the behavioral pattern is consistent across B2B. People engage more often when they feel understood. This week, review your last 10 outreach messages. Ask yourself, do they clearly explain why the buyer should care? Do they build trust? Small improvements in messaging can create significant improvements in conversation quality. And conversation quality ultimately drives pipeline quality. If you want more frameworks on buyer psychology and messaging strategy, subscribe and follow along. Buyers respond because your message made them feel understood. And trust always begins with understanding.